Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Distinguished guests, of course, members of the armed forces, and all of you joining us virtually as well. We would like to welcome everyone to the City of Chicago's Memorial Day commemoration. I'm Stacy Baca with ABC7 Chicago, and year after year as I stand here, I just want to thank all of you for inviting me to be here and to be part of this recognition and the reason why we are all here today. I can't think of a more important event that the city has than actually remembering the men and women who served in uniform, who died for all of us. There is no honor, there is nothing more that I could say. That is the most important thing, and that is the reason why all of us are here today. And also thanking those who are veterans and active duty too, who do continue to serve our country. So a heartfelt thank you to all of you, and a special recognition to every Gold Star family member who is among us today. We see you. Thank you. As we begin today's program, I would like to thank the 484th U.S. Army Band for their performance as well, if we could thank them. On behalf of Mayor Lori Lightfoot and the 2022 Chicago Memorial Day Commemorative Committee, I'm honored to be here with you this morning for this event and also for the parade. It's been a while, so we will obviously be starting the parade at noon at State and Lake as well. We hope you join us for that too. May I ask everyone to rise as the Rickover Naval Academy High School Joint Service Color Guard presents the colors. Please welcome for the singing of our national anthem, Cadet Sergeant First Class Jennifer Bates of Morgan Park High School, JROTC.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right low, the bombers singing out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner and wave o'er the land of the free, ooh, and the home of the brave.
To recite the Pledge of Allegiance, please welcome Chicago Public Schools City Corps staff, JROTC.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Left face.
And thank you for presenting the colors, Rickover Naval Academy JROTC Color Guard. Please be seated. I would like to now invite Chaplain John Carter of the United States Navy for the invocation.
Let's take a moment and ask the Lord's blessing, shall we? Let's pray. Eternal God and Father, who alone rules the destinies of nations and who calls us all to walk before you in truth, awaken in us a new appreciation for our country, that on this Memorial Day we might recommit ourselves once again to the idea of one nation under God. Grant to us your Spirit as we honor those who have fought the good fight and finished their course. On this day, we bring to remembrance those who have answered our nation's call to serve in far-off places and have laid down their lives in uniform for our country. Today, we remember the sufferings, the fears, and even the horrors of what they endured. It's a time for us all to call to mind how much of our best blood has been spilled all over the world so that we might live free. May they and those who suffer wounds for peace, as well as our Gold Star families who also valiantly and silently serve, may they receive rest from their struggles and a well done from you, the captain of their souls. Permit us never to forget our brothers and sisters in arms from whose fallen hands we have taken up the sacred cause of freedom. Today we consecrate unto you the debt of our national gratitude, which is their rightful due. Keep sacred their sacrifice in our hearts. May our national course always be in the right before you, and kindle within us a flame of ceaseless, unwavering devotion to duty, that we may never be found lacking in those qualities of spirit and mind which alone are able to preserve harmony in our homes, peace in our nation, and tranquility in the world. We earnestly implore your providential care as we face the great task which lies ahead of preserving liberty. And may the day soon come when we can lay down arms and more earnestly give our attention to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly in your sight. Hear us, we pray, for the sake of your Son, our Lord. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our other special guests that we have on stage with us today as well. The Honorable Mayor Lori Lightfoot, City of Chicago. The Honorable Tammy Duckworth, U.S. Senator for Illinois. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown. Allison Gerlach, Chicago Loop Alliance. And as I announce the following individuals, I'd like to ask that members of the audience also stand here, and if you're at home as well, if you have served or are currently serving in each of these branches of service that we will go through one by one. Representing the Merchant Marines, Robert Wiegand, the Secretary, Midwest Chapter, American Merchant Marine Veterans. Representing the Coast Guard, Commander Randy Preston, Commanding Officer, Marine Safety Unit, Chicago, U.S. Coast Guard. Representing the Air Force and our keynote speaker today, as well as the parade's Grand Marshal, Lieutenant General Michael A. Lowe. Representing the Navy, Rear Admiral Jennifer S. Couture, Commander Naval Service Training Center Command. I'm sorry, I just want to thank my husband. I saw him standing up, so thank you. Thank you. Representing the Marine Corps, Colonel David C. Josephorsky, the Commanding Officer, Marine Air Control Group 48. Representing the Army, Chief of Army Enterprise Marketing, Major General Alex Fink. Also, Colonel Adam Lewis, Commander, 3rd Brigade, U.S. Army Cadet Commander, and representing the National Guard, Brigadier General Rodney Boyd, Commander of Illinois Army National Guard. And representing POWs and those MIAs, missing in action, a chair on our stage today represents the spirit of all who have served and those currently serving the uniformed services of the United States and cannot be with us today. We are compelled to never forget, while we go about our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and internment. Please pause for a moment. And we would like to thank all of you, everyone involved with that, for your service. Thank you. Memorial Day, as I mentioned, does have deep, deep meaning to many families throughout our great nation who have lost a loved one in service to our country. This is one of the reasons we gather to honor and to remember, and for them and for those we have lost, if we could also have a moment of silence in their memory. The mission of the JROTC is to motivate young people to be better citizens, and Chicago has the largest JROTC program in the nation, with 45 programs in middle schools, high schools, and public school military academies across the city. I would like to invite Mayor Lori Lightfoot, Lieutenant General Lowe, Colonel Lewis, and Senator Duckworth to join me as we acknowledge the outstanding contributions to our cadets to their community by honoring 2 students today with the Cadet of the Year Award. Our first Cadet of the Year is Cadet Brigadier General Devin Blake, Lane Tech College Prep, JROTC. Devin Blake is a proven leader, a mentor of her peers. She motivates others, truly embodies the cadet creed. Since joining JROTC at Lane Tech, she has won Cadet of the Month, Cadet of the Year, been a first sergeant, a company commander, and is currently the commander of the City Corps staff. She will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in the fall on an ROTC scholarship. So please, you got it. Congratulations.
Great.
Are the photographers okay? Or do I need to move them over? You're okay? Okay. Just to make sure. Everyone needs their photo. They're a very important moment for these cadets. Cadet Major Daniel G. Perez, Phoenix STEM Military Academy, is next. Cadet Perez, outstanding qualities and high ideals set him apart from all the others. Academically, listen to this part, he carries a GPA of 4.4. That's nice. That's amazing. And is ranked in the top 10% of his class, obviously. He was selected to be the battalion executive officer for the class of 22, is directly responsible for the training, leading, mentoring, promoting, demoting, and discipline of students at Phoenix as well. This year, he has won the National ROTC Scholarship, the Naval ROTC Scholarship, and was selected to attend the Naval Academy Preparatory School. Big congratulations to Cadet Perez.
We have a plaque for him.
Mayor, I am missing my footing here.
I'm helping you out.
There you go.
Congratulations.
While they take their photo, I'd also like to say and thank Tom Day of Bugles Across America, who is not here today, but is graciously providing a $1,000 check to both cadets for this award. So thank you, Tom, for supporting our outstanding JROTC cadets. Let's go ahead and give them a big round of applause, both of them. Thank you. And at this time, It is my pleasure to introduce, for her comments, the mayor of our great city, Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
Thank you, Stacy, and good morning, everyone. The sun has returned to our beautiful city, and just in time for Memorial Day and this splendid day where we honor those who have sacrificed, in some instances, the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. I want to especially thank our service members and Gold Star family members for joining us in person or virtually today. Had the honor of being with Gold Star families this morning, and I want you all to remember, these are families who know all too well what price there is for freedom. I'd also like to recognize and thank the members of the Veterans Affairs Council for being here, as well as other elected officials, and notably Illinois Senator and Iraq War veteran Tammy Duckworth. Let me also welcome and thank other elected officials and dignitaries, and of course, thank all of you for being here on this important occasion that we mark annually in our city. Since its initial celebration in the mid-19th century, Memorial Day has had a deep meaning for families who have lost a loved one in service of our country. Here in Chicago, we have a proud tradition of honoring our fallen heroes and Gold Star families who have lost a loved one in the line of duty, by organizing one of the largest Memorial Day parades in the nation and laying a wreath here at the Eternal Flame. This year, we're excited to be back, bringing back this iconic parade to gather and honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice and their families who carry on their legacy. At several points throughout history, Chicago has contributed greatly to the defense of this country. For example, during World War I, Navy Pier, which was then known as Municipal Pier, was turned into the United States Naval Auxiliary Reserve School, which helped to significantly grow the ranks of the U.S. Navy during that time. After World War I ended in November 1918, the Municipal Pier reverted back to its original recreational and commercial shipping purposes, and was later renamed Navy Pier to honor the contributions of the thousands of brave Navy and Merchant Marine trainees who lived, trained, worked, and deployed from Chicago. Then during World War II, our enormous industrial capacity helped significantly expand the production of wartime goods. And we became second only to Detroit in the estimated value of war products created during that time. Navy Pier was once again transformed and became the Naval Air Technical Training Center, which housed up to 12,000 sailors and Marines at one time, and provided training to approximately 60,000 servicemen and women during that operation. During these two wars, and many others that came after it, hundreds of thousands of Chicagoans from all walks of life stepped up, volunteered, and agreed to help defend our freedom here and abroad. One of those Chicagoans is Malone Wilson, who was one of the first African-American Marine volunteer recruits who served in World War II. Malone came with his family to Chicago at the young age of 14 in 1936 and attended Wendell Phillips High School. Just shy of his 21st birthday in 1943, Malone was drafted to serve in World War II. He was at the induction center here in Chicago, ready to become a soldier in the Army, when the staff there called out that they needed one more recruit for the Marines. Realizing that no one wanted to volunteer, Malone stepped up and became one of the first black Marines to be part of the Montfort Point Marines. Malone was deployed to Okinawa and supported his unit by driving trucks to pick up supplies and materials, and recalls having to run over for cover nearly every night and to avoid bombings. On December 9th, 1945, Malone and his unit were honorably discharged from the Marines, and he was discharged as a private first class. Afterward, he returned to Chicago, his hometown, to raise a family, and retired as an industrial X-ray technician where he inspected water lines for Chicagoland municipalities. Malone's selfless courage and dedication contributed greatly to the U.S.'s operation in Okinawa, and we are so proud to call him a hometown hero. Another hometown hero is the late Leander Rick Murray, whose family is with us today. Rick was raised in Chicago since the age of 3 and enlisted in the U.S. Army, where he served in the 1st Black Parachute Battalion called the Triple Nickels during the Korean War. After completing his service, he turned to music and became known as the Soldier's Voice, performing around our city and delighting audiences at a Memorial Day parade with his powerful rendition of God Bless America. In addition to music, he helped and supported veterans serving on the Memorial Day Committee, the Mayor's Advisory Council, and the Disabled Veterans Organization. Rick will always be remembered for his bravery as a soldier, his contributions to Chicago's jazz scene, and his commitment to Chicago's veterans. These are just 2 of the many stories of Chicago service people back through the generations who have called and given their time and talents and efforts to answer to a higher calling than themselves. Their collective service is reflective of the resilience that our city has been known for a long time, and has highlighted the important role Chicago has always played in defending our country's freedom. We thank them, one and all, as well as the many veterans joining us in the audience today, for all they have done to keep us safe. In the same vein, we must honor and thank and never forget our Gold Star families. Many of them are with us here today and continuing to keep the legacy of their fallen loved ones alive. This includes Gold Star mom, Jean Harris, who is here with us today and dedicated herself to providing as much comfort and connectedness in the military community as possible after losing her son, Sergeant Joshua Harris, in 2008. Losing a loved one, especially in the line of duty, can create a chasm of grief that may never truly be able to be filled. But thanks to your strength and resilience, the Gold Star families, the legacy of your loved one is able to live on in each and every one of you and enrich the lives of others around you. And for that, we owe you a debt of gratitude. In addition to those we've lost and their families, we are also here today, ladies and gentlemen, to pay tribute to those who continue the fight for freedom, whose courage protects and inspires all Americans. And one of those individuals is our Grand Marshal, Lieutenant General Michael Lowe, our keynote speaker for this year. Lieutenant General Lowe is a 1984 graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy. He served 7 years active duty as an F-16 instructor and strike pilot for the U.S. Air Force's Europe and at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona, before joining the Colorado National Guard in 1991. His strong leadership knows no bounds, as he has held command, staff, and supervisory positions, including Group and Squadron Commander, Air Force Assistant to the Commander, North American Aerospace Defense Command, Assistant to the Chief of Staff, and Assistant Adjutant General of Colorado Air and Space. Lieutenant General Lowe was also deployed multiple times to the Pacific and Central Command regions, and commanded combat operations for Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Provide Comfort 2. He now serves as the director of the Air National Guard at the Pentagon, commanding 40% of our air assets for our country, and formulates and develops and coordinates all the policies, plans, and programs affecting more than 107,000 Air National Guard airmen and civilians across the U.S. and its territories. General Lowe's courage and leadership, as well as that of other members of the Air Force joining us on this special day and across the country, should not only inspire us to be in service in our families, our neighbors, and our communities, but it should also be a testament to what we must do in this moment, which is work together to create a better city, a better state, a better country, and of course, a better world that is worthy of the sacrifice of our men and women in uniform, past and present. I want to welcome General Lowe to the great city of Chicago. I want to thank his wife for being here in attendance, because folks, you know this. Anybody who's been part of a military family, the service member serves, but so too does a family. And so we commend you and thank all of the family members who are here in support of the men and women in uniform. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant General Lowe. Sir.
Good morning, Chicago. Is this a great day or what? Oh, it is so nice to get back together with everyone. Thank you, Mayor Lightfoot. Thank you for allowing me to join you on this beautiful day and in this great city. You heard the history from the mayor of the city. This weekend, there will be thousands of other celebrations just like this. From Hawaii to New York, from Alaska to Puerto Rico, and from North Dakota to Texas, to honor those who have given the last measure of devotion in service to this great nation. Today, we are joined by our Gold Star families, those who bear a burden that only they can comprehend. We lack the words to do justice for how they feel and what they've been through. We can never fully know or understand your pain. You mean so much to us, and of course our sincere gratitude we hold in our hearts for the sacrifices you and your loved ones have made on behalf of the United States of America and in defense of freedom. Thank you to each and every one of you. Please, a big round of applause for our Gold Star family members. Since December 13th, 1636, the birth date of the National Guard, when the General Court of the Massachusetts Bay Colony ordered the formation of the colony's militia companies into 3 regiments in the Northeast, our citizens have never failed to answer the call to defend our nation against its enemies, giving everything to preserve the freedoms we hold dear. Memorial Day was officially observed for the first time on May 30th, 1868. And today we remember and honor over 1.2 million American heroes who have given their lives to keep us free, to defend our values here and around the world, and to protect our way of life. On Memorial Day, American flags begin at half-staff, but only until noon. They are then raised to full staff for the remainder of the day. The half-staff position remembers those who sacrificed their lives on behalf of our nation. At noon, their memory is raised, just like the flag, by the living who resolve not to let their sacrifice be in vain, but to rise up in their stead and continue the fight for liberty and justice for all. It's our duty as fellow service members, those out here, as their friends and family, to continue to fight against our adversaries, to preserve our way of life. We stand testament to the ideals they believed in and honorably died for. As I reflect on today and think about my friends and colleagues I have lost along the way, I say prayers in their names, and I thank God that each and every one of them lived and died honorably for our nation, defending our freedom. That is what this very special day is all about, remembering that such brave men and women lived, and to pay tribute to those who rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home that they never returned to. The willingness of American veterans to give their lives for something greater than even their own self-existence must be honored and will continue to be honored. And we owe that debt to their memories and to their families. This weekend, as you go on in your celebrations, I ask that you take time to reflect and remember, and to say a word of thanks to these great Americans and for their families that supported and sacrificed during their time in service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Lowe. And on a personal note, thank you for starting your day extra early. He was on ABC 7 this morning to make sure everyone knew on TV about today's events. So thank you, sir. At this time, I want to just give you some history, how important it is to remember. Major General John A. Logan helped to bring attention to the observance of Memorial Day and played a key role in this day of remembrance. He was active in Veterans Affairs and helped lead the call for the creation of Memorial Day as a national public holiday after the Civil War. So it was first observed on May 30th, 1868. In honor of General Logan, every year the City of Chicago presents the Major General John A. Logan Patriot Award to an individual whose patriotism, leadership, and selfless devotion to the men and women of America's armed forces and the City of Chicago go above and beyond their civilian and non-civilian duties. I would like to ask Mayor Lightfoot, Senator Duckworth, Lieutenant General Lowe to join me in presenting the Major General John A. Logan Patriot Award to Gene Harris, Northern Illinois Survivor Outreach Services Support Coordinator. Gene Harris is a Gold Star mother to Sergeant Joshua Harris, Illinois Army National Guard, who was killed in action September 17, 2008. Ever since then, Jean has dedicated herself to providing as much comfort and connectiveness in the military community as possible. She has demonstrated an unfaltering commitment to connecting Gold Star families and providing support to those whose sons, daughters, and loved ones have made the ultimate sacrifice, and has been vital in spreading awareness of opportunities for Gold Star families and optimizing events as well. The type of service that Jean displays constantly as a Gold Star mother is very much in the same light as Army Sergeant Joshua Harris, who dedicated his life to the service in hopes of helping others and making a positive impact in the world. Jean certainly is a beacon of light and a comfort too in the Gold Star community and the military community as a whole. I'm pleased to announce that the City of Chicago has also proclaimed today, May 28, 2022, Rick Murray Day. You heard the mayor talk about Rick Murray, the history he has here in Chicago, and at this time I would like to invite Rick Murray's daughter, Candace Price, to the stage to accept the proclamation from Mayor Lightfoot on his behalf. Thank you, Ms. Price. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth.
Well, good morning, everyone. I feel like we go through a Memorial Day here when it's blazing hot, followed by at least a couple when it's frigid, freezing, windy, cold, and then we get one good one every 4th year. So this is a great day. I just want to say hi to, I see some folks that we've not quite yet acknowledged yet. Our State Treasurer, Michael Friedrichs, was here. Oh, he's stepped out. Oh, there he is, standing in the shade. Been a great partner on a lot of issues that deal with veterans, and especially disabled veterans with the ABLE Act. Also, our city clerk, Ana Valencia, is here as well. I'm sure there are more. Alderman Balser might be out there somewhere. Lots of folks. Welcome. Welcome to this wonderful day here in Daly Plaza on Memorial Day. Thank you to Mayor Lightfoot for having me here today. It's always an important way for me to start the weekend. I'm honored to join our service members, veterans, military families, and Gold Star families today. Thank you to all of you for your service and sacrifice. And then I want to touch quickly on the triple nickel. I see we have Mr. Cecil Johnson here, who is one of the original jumpers. The triple nickel, just so you know, were fire jumpers. The original triple nickels had with them the Buffalo Soldiers who moved over and took the original Buffalo Soldier became the triple nickels. They were stationed in Pendleton, in Oregon, at a time in 1945 where they were allowed to jump into fires to protect the base and the communities, but nobody would feed them. In fact, it was only 2 bars and 1 Chinese restaurant, I think, that would actually feed them. They are part of a long tradition of honorable service to this country, even as this nation treated them and their families unfairly. Thank you, sir, for your service. Memorial Day, as we've already mentioned, is a day to honor all those who answered the call of duty for themselves, but not just for themselves or their families or their neighbors, but for democracy. When you serve, you're coming forward to defend our Constitution and our freedoms for the entire nation, for people who will never know your name, will never know what you went through in your service. And when you lay down your life in that process, you are laying down your life for an ideal of America, for our Constitution, for people who will never know your name, never know to thank you or your loved ones, never know your sacrifice, but will benefit every single day from it. And what we can do, those of us who survive, is to continue the commitment to our democracy, to pass that legacy on, and to strive for a more perfect union. Because wars are not fought by faceless, nameless troops. They are fought by our neighbors, friends, brothers, sisters, fathers, and mothers. They leave behind grieving families deserving of our respect and support. Memorial Day is both a joyous one and a sad one for me. I think about my buddies who never made it back home. I think of their families and their friends who suffered such great loss. And if you know a Gold Star family, go ask them about their loved one who laid down their lives for this great nation. Ask them, what was he like in high school? Did they play football? Was he in the band? Was he a jokester? Was he a prankster? Or was he the quiet kid who just loved books? What was she like? Why did she serve? What drove her to volunteer? Ask those questions, because by saying their names and hearing their stories, we keep them with us. I myself think about Lieutenant Brian Slavinas, who was a CH-47 Chinook driver, black driver, who used to joke with me because I fly Black Hawks and he flew CH-47s. He used to say, Tammy, the day that a Black Hawk is deemed out of service or needs to be retrieved, it's a Chinook that comes in and sling loads it out. And then he would grin his big old wide smile at me. And I'd be like, yeah, that's true. It's true. You just chop off the Black Hawk's blades and then the Chinook takes it out. It makes me think of Sergeant First Class Bill Cheney, who served in Vietnam as a air traffic controller, then took 15 years off, and then rejoined the National Guard later on, and at 59 went to Iraq with our unit, even though he didn't have to, because he wanted to make sure you young bucks didn't screw things up. Pardon my language. But it's important that I say that because not only was Bill Cheney the guy who taught me my best swear words in the Army, the man was poetic with his cursing. He should have gotten like some sort of a prize. But he could also fix any Black Hawk, anything was wrong with the bird. You knew Bill Cheney was going to get it flying again. And you knew that if Bill crewed an aircraft, you were going to come home that night because that aircraft was going to work for you and do what it needed to get the mission done. We know that Brian and Bill and all of the others have joined that great pantheon from the days of Lexington and Concord to the beaches of Normandy, the Inchon Reservoir, to those who served during the Tet Offensive, to Kandahar and Fallujah, of men and women who have served or sacrificed in defense of our great nation. And while they may not be here with us today, their memories and their legacies live on, not just on Memorial Day, but every day. This Memorial Day, I hope you would join me in not just thinking about those warriors who sacrificed for this nation and this state, but also honor the sacrifices that our fallen heroes by acting in service of others. Go volunteer, go do something. And remember, by talking about them, we keep them alive with us. God bless our veterans. God bless our troops who are in harm's way right now. For those who are in Ukraine, Slava Ukraine. And always, God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Senator Duckworth. We are here today to pay tribute to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And I would like to invite Jim Frazier, father of Staff Sergeant Jacob L. Frazier, Illinois Air National Guard, U.S. Air Force, killed March 29th, 2003. He's here for a very special presentation. Always nice to see you.
I'm the father of Staff Sergeant Jake Frazier, so I wear one of these Gold Star pins. It's so wonderful to be here after a couple of years off and see everybody. But we're running a little behind, so I'm going to go straight to the chase. There's a great tradition that Chicago started. When we have a family that loses someone, a new family, the city presents a flag and a coin to that family. The mayor does that. So today we've got a couple of families. I'd like to invite John Cummings to come up, and the mayor and General Lowe. John Cummings is the father of Corporal Ryan Cummings, United States Marine Corps, 22 years old, from Streamwood. John was in 1st Marine Division, Marine Expedition Force out of Camp Pendleton, and was killed by an IED June 3rd, 2006. Somehow, we missed presenting it to John. So at this time, it's a wonderful tradition we have here. Thank you. Thanks, John. Now I'd like to also invite Rear Admiral Couture to come up. We have something a little bit different this year. There was a young man down in Pensacola, Florida, in the Navy, and a terrorist broke into the base and opened fire. And that young man was shot and killed. The Department of Defense made the decision to declare that that was a terrorist act. So now that young man gets his Gold Star pins like we all wear. The family does. Would the family come up, please? I'm sorry, I should have invited you right away. The family of Mohammed Hatham, come on up. We're going to give it these two. And we're we're going to present the coin and the flag. Mohammed was a student when a Saudi came in and opened fire in the training school. So we are very, very pleased to have his family here and honor them with the flag and the coin. Thank you very much. Oh, the pin? Go ahead. Thank you very much. We're so happy to be able to honor this family. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. They say a man dies twice. Once when the breath leaves his body, and then again when his name is spoken for the last time. Ladies and gentlemen, speak their names. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Frazier. A great reminder that our troops are serving everywhere, and I know the mayor would like to make an acknowledgement right now, especially since we have conflict, we're witnessing conflict in Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a moment to recognize the Consul General of Ukraine who is here with us. If you would please stand, sir. We are watching every day the daily horrors and atrocities in Ukraine. It has special meaning for us in Chicago, given our Ukrainian community. The Consul General has been so strong, so clear, and helping us make sure that we're doing everything we can to help his home country. And I just want to acknowledge and thank you, sir, for your incredible leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Consul General. Your leadership, the leadership of your country, I think all of us have watched that so intently. Thank you for being here today. At this time, it is a wreath laying. Escorted by the JROTC cadets, we have 4 wreaths that we would like to recognize today. If I could ask everyone who is escorting the wreath, the first wreath is the U.S., the United States wreath. That will be laid by Mayor Lightfoot, Lieutenant General Lowe, Senator Duckworth. Our second wreath is the Armed Forces. Representatives from all branches will present that wreath. Our third wreath is for Gold Star families, and Mr. Jim Frazier will present that wreath. And the fourth and final wreath represents all the prisoners of war and also those missing in action. May I ask everyone to please stand? As Kate Mueller of Chicago Children's Choir and DePaul College Prep sings God Bless America, that will be followed by our 21-gun salute by the 1st Battalion, 178th Infantry Regiment of the 33rd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Illinois Army National Guard, followed by taps played by Graciela Torres from Lane Tech High School.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
And thank you for joining us this morning. As you gather with family and friends this Memorial Day weekend, let us not forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And at this time, The parade will be starting. We're running a little bit behind schedule, so I ask that all the Gold Star families, if you're going to be in the parade, at the start of the parade, if you could please go out this entrance here, and you will be escorted to the front of the parade. So Gold Star families who are part of the parade, please gather right over here. For those who are Gold Star families that are going to be on the reviewing stand, please take your exit right over here. And there will be people who are exiting you to the exiting with you and taking you to the reviewing stand. So once again, Gold Star families, thank you so much. Thank you all. God bless America.